What's going on, guys? Hope you're doing great. Today I'm going to take you through my Kiesel headless guitar collection and also talk about why I made the switch as an Ibanez artist to playing headless guitar full time. Let's get into it. If you had asked me back in the day if I thought I'd ever be playing headless guitar, I would have thought you were crazy. I'd be like, no way, it's all about the headstock. And even today, I really appreciate a good looking headstock. I really like the Ibanez AZ series, I think that looks really cool. I love the GT headstock that's on some of my Kiesel guitars that have headstocks. So it wasn't until I was at NAMM a couple of years back, playing a performance at the Fishman booth. Fishman had recently launched the Open Core Classics and they had a Strandberg equipped with their pickups in the booth. I remember trying that guitar, putting it into different positions and just kind of exploring it a little bit. And I remember thinking, this is definitely the type of guitar that I want to play. I'm pretty sure this was NAMM 2017, so not long after I had returned to the music industry, and I was still trying to find my own unique sound. You know, back when I was a kid, I had a lot of association with other artists and brands and stuff. I remember thinking, I want to develop my own sound, something fresh, something new, and sometimes having a new style of guitar is a great way to get that journey started. Anyway, apart from appreciating that moment with the Strandberg, I still had a lot of commitments and stuff to do at NAMM and so on. So it wasn't until a couple of months later where I'm back in the UK that somebody tagged me. I can't remember if it was a Kiesel post or a Jeff Kiesel post, but somebody tagged me in the comments and I was scrolling through Instagram at that time and I clicked on the comment and this guitar looked sick. It was like, you know, a lot of the Kiesel guitars, you know, the real eye candy guitars, they look amazing. Somebody said something like, hey McRocklin, I could see you rocking this. And I replied like pretty much straight away. I was like, damn, yeah, absolutely. And the whole thing just happened so quick. Within literally a moment or two, Jeff Kiesel DM'd me. He's like, hey man, are you interested in checking out Kiesel guitars? If so, I'd like to make that happen. And my mind just went. So I was like, yeah, let's give it a shot. It can't do any harm to explore. I've already expressed interest within myself to try that type of guitar. So, you know, Kiesel are really making moves with headless guitars. Let's give it a shot. I handed all the spec responsibilities over to those guys and they kind of saw like, okay, he's playing gems and RGs, so he's going to want a 20-inch radius, a very flat neck, a thin neck. And they chose everything. They knew I had a relationship with Fishman at that time, so they put Fishman Fluence Moderns in it. They built it out, and this was the guitar that they built. And I kind of remember getting it out the box. I wasn't expecting the color at all. This like trans teal over the ash body, and I'd never really seen this type of look before. It wouldn't have been something that I'd kind of like chose in a builder, but when I saw it, I was just like, oh, damn. We've got a problem. This thing just looks absolutely just unbelievable. And then taking it out of the case and then sitting with it, and then straight away the neck feels great. The balance is like, oh, it's like everything I've been looking for. And that's when I knew I had a problem and I would really regret not making the decision to moving full time to playing this type of guitar. Let me give you a couple of typical scenarios that headless guitars are absolutely fantastic in. First of all, if I'm sitting on a live stream, I'm streaming on Twitch, I'm hanging out, chatting to everybody, we're having a blast. You know, the guitar's just sat right here. I can, you know, grab keyboard, mouse, do stuff, get involved with the chat. It's like, it's so well balanced, it just sits and it doesn't move. It's like, it's a perfect extension. You jump over into the classical position and you're right at home for those blazing licks. It's like, it's just, until you feel it, you can't like just look at a headless and go, that's an ugly thing. Because once you get used to the feeling, the aesthetics, they just grow on you so quick. And now when I look at headless guitars, I probably appreciate the look of those a lot more than a lot of guitars that have headstocks. There's just something that kind of, you know, the cogs turn inside of you. It's an unusual thing. When you go to bend over to adjust your overdrives or whatever pedals you have on the floor, you don't ever crack the headstock off your desk. And I'm sure you guys, if you have guitars with headstock, you've all went down to reach to the pedal and smacked it off the desk. It just doesn't happen. It's a super convenient luxury of owning a headless guitar. The other thing is traveling. I've been back and forwards to the States a few times now, and I've never had a second glance checking these guitars in. I actually just take them on as carry-on, because when you have them on your back, the cases are also very compact. They kind of look like large tennis rackets, right? So it's like traveling, super easy, no problems. In fact, on my last trip, I think I had 3 of them. My wife had 1 and I had 2. And apart from getting some strange looks from the folks sitting on the flight, I had no issues. So let's go over some of the specs of this guitar. This is the first Kiesel that I received. It's called an Osiris. I believe the color is trans teal, and this body is an ash body. Let's get a little bit close. Let's bring it in and have a look. I didn't realize how pretty ash bodies looked when you can kind of see the actual wood, the grain. Really, really cool. I think this neck is bird's eye maple, and like all of my Kiesels, apart from one actually, they have stainless steel frets. I really like the smoothness of those frets. Anytime I use Fishman Fluence pickups on any guitar, I just can't take 3-way switches. So they all have super 5-way switches. Push-pull on the tone to activate the second profile. I actually have my profiles reversed on the Fishman Fluence as well, so the second profile is down, the first profile is pulled up, so my guitar tech reverses it. This is a 5-piece neck, maple, and I'm not sure what those stripes are. Like I say, I didn't really spec this one at all. I just left it to the guys at Kiesel to kind of come up with the specs. It's a 20-inch radius, very flat, which I really like. It's the thin neck profile. And yeah, it just feels great. Love it. You know, this is the first guitar that I received, and it's obviously got some magical powers about it. Okay. So this is my Osiris. This is the first Kiesel that I ever got sent out, and it's an awesome guitar. Let's move on to the next guitar. This is my Zeus, and this is the guitar I guess that I'm most associated with. I used this guitar at a time where one of my side hustles was taking my Instagram account from 0 to 100K in less than 12 months, and so this guitar consequently was used in a lot of those big viral posts. You know, I was cranking out a lot of videos with this guitar, getting millions of views a month on Instagram. And this guitar was just getting a lot of attention. It's such a cool guitar though, very comfortable. I never thought a single cut guitar would be my thing, and I kind of took a bit of a punt on it when I kind of requested this build to come from Kiesel. I was like, you know, I always play double cuts, right? I've never really owned, apart from a Les Paul, this type of modern single cut. But it's so comfortable, and it's just like great to play. This one is raw tone, so it's always like, you know, when you pick your guitar up, it's never cold because it's like, it's so you can feel that wood. I love the raw tone finish. One of my favorite finishes on a guitar. Such a cool guitar, this one. I really dig it. Before we get to the specs of this Zeus, let me quickly tell you about my online guitar lesson website, School of McRock. At School of McRock, I upload a brand new lesson for you every single week. I've got lessons covering sweeping, tapping, the world of pentatonics, picking, hybrid picking. You name a technique, it's on School of McRock. But the great thing is, all of these lessons are broken down into bite-sized lessons that are easily digestible. If you've got a spare 10, 15, 20 minutes in your day, you can easily implement and learn a brand new technique that day. No more sitting for hours at a time, because as you know, I hate that shit. Nobody's got time for that. But all of the lessons are packed full of unique insights, stuff that I've worked on for hours and hours and hours. I'll break it down and show you how to do it in just 10, 15, 20 minutes. Also on School of McRock, we've got the studio backing track collection, which is just absolutely jam-packed, full of awesome jam tracks. Also on School of McRock is live masterclasses. These are so much fun. Being on Zoom, we can see each other, and I can give you direct feedback on your playing. So if you're struggling with a certain technique, often just there and then, I can give you corrective measures that make all of the difference. And I love that. Anytime I can have a huge impact on somebody's playing by just saying, try it this way, and the difference is like night and day, it's a great feeling. I absolutely love those moments. Also on School of McRock, we have some killer guest lessons from some amazing artists, which is awesome because you get a totally different perspective on their approach to playing, and they break it down just in the same way. So head to schoolofmcrock.com or click the link in the description below, and I'll see you over there. Let's get back to the video. Alright, let's get to the spec of this Zeus. So, poplar burl top. I didn't realize how much I would like the look of a poplar burl top until this guitar arrived. So, it's an ash body with a poplar burl top, and I believe the finish is purple Cali burst. Again, Fishman Fluence toes and basses on this one. Got the trem, push pull on the tone, 5-way switch. This switch is actually super clicky. Listen to this. I don't know how this one is so clunky, but I love it. Click, click. Perfect for shooting videos. Now originally this neck had a KTB, a Kiesel treated board, but I've played it so much I've basically played the color off the neck. Originally it was black up here and then it went to purple. This neck actually confused a lot of people because it looks kind of dark, right? But it's actually a maple neck, bird's eye maple. So really cool, really nice. Got those stainless steel frets. And it's a 5-piece neck. It's walnut, and walnut actually feels amazing. It's really kind of smooth. It feels like a hardwood, and it's got 2 stripes of purple heart going through it. So really cool. Get to see more of that ash body. Now this is one of the lighter guitars, and from this point onwards, every time I would spec a guitar, I would request that Kiesel would use a light piece of ash, to keep the weight down. Interestingly enough, I haven't got any guitars that are chambered, so that is on the cards. I'm gonna check out more guitars that are chambered, but this is really a very light guitar, very nimble, super comfortable to play if you're standing up, if we're doing shred club stuff on Twitch. It just works so good. Got the Dunlop strap locks on there. And everybody has the guitar that feels like home to them, and this is that guitar. When I did the Dragon Force tour, this was the guitar that I kind of depended on every night, just give me 100% confidence that if there's going to be any mistakes made, it's going to be on me. So yeah, super cool guitar, love this one. One final thing, all of these guitars are pretty much the same in terms of 9 to 42. I usually use the D'Addario NYXL or the D'Addario XTs. I just kind of jump between them depending on what I'm going to be using the guitar for. So this guitar actually was it was a complete surprise from Jeff Kiesel. I remember I actually uploaded a video probably about 2 years ago to this very YouTube channel that you're watching this video on, and I had no idea what Jeff Kiesel was sending or what the reason was for. He's like, hey man, we're gonna do this thing, and I'm sending this guitar, and just open it and tell me what you think when it arrives. I was like, yeah, that sounds good. Of course, yeah, send it. So I opened this up and instantly it was, again, it's like, it's a finish and color that I would never have chosen. But when you see it, I'm like, oh man, that's absolutely sick, unbelievable. So there was a bit of a twist with this one. Jeff said to give him a call once this guitar arrives and he would explain. So obviously I saw the guitar and I was blown away. And then it turned out that he built a ton of other ones exactly the same. And it turned out to be a run. And that was really awesome. And I remember at the time, like, he thought there was enough guitars to last us the month. And we went hard on Instagram. And then bang, within 24 hours or so, all the guitars were gone. And then we had to open up a second round of builds, which allowed people to place the order and then have it built to order, which was like a 6 to 10 week lead time or something like that. It was really awesome because that was my first experience of seeing a guitar that was built around the specs that I love and play, but other people could purchase and start using, and seeing all the posts and getting tagged in those posts on Instagram and seeing people loving it and enjoying it. It was really cool and a fun thing for Jeff to do. Raw tone finish, and damn, I mean, this guitar, like I mentioned, that raw tone finish, if you ever get the option, definitely think about it. I know gloss looks amazing, you get that really high sort of, you know, shiny look, but the feel, you know, when you're playing on a stage, at home, any environment, the raw tone just feels absolutely fantastic. A roasted flame maple neck, and this neck does not disappoint. Check out the back of this guy. I don't know, looks like a tiger baguette, and you want to just slice it open and put some butter in there, or maybe not. 5-way switch, that's nice and clanky. Fluence Tosin Abasis, trem, thin neck profile, 20-inch radius, stainless steel frets, and all the Kiesel guitars have dual carbon fiber rods that run right down the neck, making them super stable. You know, really, really awesome. Sounds absolutely mega. So here we have the Kiesel HD, absolutely eye-popping guitar. I really, really dig that color. This was another surprise guitar from Jeff Kiesel, and it was quite a fun experience actually, because during NAMM, I think it was 2018, maybe 2019, but the one before it all just went game over. Basically, Kiesel had launched the HD model. And I really like that kind of vibe of the modern classic kind of hybrid look. I think it really, really works well in a headless guitar. So they just launched this HD, and Jeff built this one for me, but it was going to be on display at the Kiesel NAMM booth before I got there. So we did this really fun thing where I kind of announced it on socials, and people were like taking selfies with the guitar, all in a big tease. But when I finally got to NAMM, got to pick up the guitar, I was like, ah, yes, yes, very, very, very cool. It actually originally had some Kiesel pickups in there, which sounded really good actually. But I wanted to try out the Fishman battery pack, which is a great option. I actually just give it 5 minutes charge because I didn't charge it in about 3 months and it went flat, but it lasts a huge amount of time. And I've got the white Tosin Abasi pickups in this one, so let's get closer. This is becoming a familiar ordeal by now. This finish, I think it's like semi-chrome or semi-chrome. You can see when we catch it in the light, it kind of just really, really pops. It's kind of got like that depth, but yeah, I don't know how they do it, but it's a really, really cool finish. But no, this one is Royal Ebony. Let's have a look at that fretboard. I actually think my input gain's a little bit hot for this guitar, but you get the idea. It's a really, really cool sounding acoustic, semi-acoustic, whatever you want to call it. Actually, acoustically by itself, it's actually not too bad at all. So if you just want something to practice on while it's not plugged in, you can do a lot worse than this little guy, I tell you. Guys, if you're not hanging out with me on Twitch, I stream every Monday and Friday around about 10 p.m. UK currently, but that changes, so maybe join the Discord, which I'll link below. And production streams with McRocklin and Hutch are on Saturdays. So this is the Zeus Acoustic, aka the tier maker. We always joke around because every time I pick this guitar up on stream, I end up playing like big dreamy cry sort of landscape music, and we just joke around. It kind of, you know, it's always sad stuff for some reason. So I wanted to keep this guitar pretty simple. It's got the Kiesel piezo system, volume, bass and treble or something like that. White finish, purple heart neck, which I think looks really nice. I like the look of the purple heart, and I've got a matching purple heart streak through the back of it. So yeah, pretty clean. And also this guitar, it's an interesting dynamic because it's somewhat acoustic-y, especially when you plug it in, but it's actually got a very shred type of neck on it. You know, it's like a thin neck, thin neck profile. It's got a 20-inch radius. It's 24 frets. It really lends itself to like playing quick and fast around the neck. It's an interesting balance for sure, but yeah, it's a cool one. I really like it. Let's move on to some of the more of the crazy looking guitars. This Type X is definitely a Shred Club favorite. So the inspiration that Jeff Kiesel got for this Type X was from the single Distorted Dreams, and it was really cool seeing his interpretation of the artwork onto a guitar. And some of the early pictures that I received was like, oh, it's like the same color scheme as the actual release. And this neck combination quickly became a favorite once I stopped playing it. It's an ebony board with no variation, so it's nice and black, and also it's got that roasted neck as well on the back. So it's really like just super smooth to play. The board feels nice and hard and really quick. That ebony board is like wicked to play. I don't know what it is about this guitar, but it always encourages you to be a little bit more silly. You know, it really does push you. And for a pointy guitar, it's actually super comfortable. If you're sitting like this, you're totally good to like do everything else. Really comfy. Even like this, you think that cable's gonna get in the way a little bit, but it's actually not too bad at all. Super, like, it's just always egging you on, you know, even if you don't want to go crazy with the shred, it's just like, it's saying something to you. It's a bit of a lunatic, this guitar. So it's a flame maple top on an ash body. This is a neck through construction, so that neck, straight through, looks really cool. I love that that purpley sort of finish as well. It just kind of catches, and you just see it on the top and the back. Really nice. I think this is like Purple Select Drink or something like that. I don't know what the finish is called on this one, but it's very cool, and I've seen a bunch of guys order exactly this guitar. So this one actually has the Kiesel passive pickups in it, with a 5-way switch, just a volume, no tone. It's all you need on this guitar, and it is good to go. I love all the little kind of details, like the little sort of bevels and stuff, because when you're playing, it makes it really comfortable. Those little contours and bevels that you see all around the guitar. All those little details just make this guitar absolutely just blazing. I would actually like, I haven't said anything to Kiesel yet, but I would like a sister for this guitar. I'm thinking this is the bad boy brother. Maybe the finish like flipped, so it was like purple on the outside and blue in the middle or something. I don't know. If you've got any good ideas for how to spec a light speed, let me know in the comments. And I haven't spoke to Kiesel about this yet, but a light speed would make the perfect companion to this awesome Type X. So this is my Crackle finish layer, small and mighty, definitely the smallest guitar by far, but again, it's one of those guitars, you're sitting, you're doing stuff, super comfortable, very well balanced. So if you want a guitar that's like nice and nimble, this is a great option. I didn't actually put a trem on this one, it's a hardtail, so we ain't getting no whammy dimes on this one. And I kind of wanted something that I could quickly drop into other tuning or tunings, and that was the idea of just getting the hardtail. So if I wanted to go like, you know, it's like super easy. I think you can get the additional splits with a push-pull on the tone, which is quite nice. So if you do want a nice clean sound, you can do splits. So I'm not sure what the body is on this one, but damn is it light. And we do have that Crackle finish, 2 crackles in fact, pink and purple. And you know, I wanted this guitar to be a little bit crazy, a little bit wild. Something that, you know, if we're streaming, we're having some fun, we can pull this one out and just go absolutely nuts. And it definitely serves that purpose, very playable. Same deal as the other guitars, 20-inch radius, thin profile. There's actually a roasted neck, lightly roasted, which is nice. Gives it that nice sort of smooth finish. And I really dig the block inlays. I've never owned a guitar, apart from my Gibson. Yeah, that's got block inlays, obviously. But I've never really had, like, you know, a modern guitar with block inlays. And I really like it. When you're playing around the neck, it's a great visual. Really, you know, useful. Kiesel passive pickups in this one. It's not a lot of room. Bear in mind that this is a neck through guitar to put electric, so couldn't really put like Fishman pickups and stuff like that in this guitar. But you know, as I mentioned, it sounds amazing. Kiesel actually have some really great sounding pickups. So there we go. This is the Kiesel layer. Yeah, so light, super balanced. All right, so there. Wait a minute. I was going to end up there. But not so fast, I have one more. Yeah, for when you want to slap the bass, which everybody wants to do, right? Or sit on a guitar strap. This is my Zeus bass, multi-scale. I think it has a walnut top on it, which looks awesome. I'd love this in a guitar. Kiesel pickups. It's multi-scale and it's 4-string, so it looks like, whoa, what's going on there? But it's a great bass, and I've actually recorded hundreds and hundreds of backing track loops using this bass. Oh, sounds great. Straight in, amps in, good to go. What do you think? Does that look like ebony or rosewood to you guys? Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please do give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, let me know what was your favorite guitar that I've shown today. And don't worry, if you're not into the headless stuff, I'll show the rest of my Kiesels, which have headstocks on, in a future video when we continue through the episodes of my guitar collection. But for now, thanks again for watching. Check out the school if you can, the link's down below, and I will see you over on Discord, or maybe the next live, or perhaps the next YouTube video. You guys take care for now, and I'll see you soon. All right, bye. All right, shut that shit off.